Happy Friday, everyone. It's Jamie with Keene Point of View, the intersection of politics, Christianity, and gay issues. Please keep me in prayer with the difficult thing I'm going through. God will know what you mean when you talk about it, but His grace has been sufficient for me. I'm interested to see how this is going to work out because things are getting really interesting. I'll just say that. Scandal is back. And I am so happy. I'm happy that none of us had to go see Shonda Rhimes in a back alley to perform favors for her to get our fix because, you know, we were fiending for it. But it's back, and I'm really as happy as this woman is in this video as she's twerking. This is a woman who's somewhere on YouTube and goes to Walmart to twerk in front of cakes and bras and other items. So go ahead, get your twerk on, sister girl. Go ahead. Go ahead, let him use you. In Christian news, I went to see my college choir in concert, and they sounded good for the two songs that I heard them sing. What had happened was that I thought it started at 7:30. I showed up at 7:45 thinking, you know, I missed a little intro and I just hear the choir sing. No, they started at 7 apparently. They sang two songs when I got in, and then they sat down. There was preaching coming up and I was unprepared for that. Like, my night was full of fail already. Preaching was from a friend of mine from college who I have not seen since college. Her topic was navigating the not yet, and she came from Haggai chapter 2 verses 1 through 9. And I apologize in advance for the bootleg recap of this sermon because I only heard the first third of the sermon. I had to leave early. Haggai was encouraging the Hebrew in the Bible to rebuild the temple. The first step in navigating the not yet, as she said, was to be strong. So if you've been through some hard times that God allows you to go through, it's only to build you up, to build strength in you so that you become stronger for anything else that may come your way. It's kind of like a petunia that gets battered by the hard rain and its head is bowed, but after the water goes into the soil and seeps through, it soaks up all the strength and nutrients, and then it holds its head high back up to the sun, so you can look at it and say, wow, that's a great looking petunia. Kind of like that. You all the hard rain, all the hardship that comes goes into the soil, and as you're rooted and you draw nutrients from it to gain strength so that you can be stronger. In political news, the Democrats are not being strong and yet again grabbing their ankles for the GOP by removing the assault weapons ban from the gun control regulation bill that they're considering right now. They said that they feel it's necessary in order to get the law passed. When have the Republicans been, you know, dying to work together with you on things such as this? Definitely not since 2008. So what's going to change now? Republicans will pass legislation that will anger the rest of America and dance on the graves of everyone who's complaining and doesn't like it. It's like we need to resurrect Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR knew how to run a country and to run a political party and to get what he wanted as a Democrat. Y'all haven't done right since then. Seriously. In gay news, some model named Natalia Paris, who apparently is Colombia's best known model, according to her website. Girl, bye. She stated that homosexuals are homosexual because chickens have hormones and the hormones turn boys gay. Cindy Crawford tried to help the modeling industry by being valedictorian at DeKalb High School in 1984, and her efforts have failed by Natalia Paris. First of all, where do people come up with this stuff? Second of all, who asked Natalia? Personally, just my opinion is that Natalia likes poussoir, and she will probably come out in a couple years as a lesbian. The topic for this week that I want to cover is gay self-worth. On Facebook, I have a Facebook friend who posted that in his current relationship, which is new, that he had several former hookups who he counted as friends who are telling the new boyfriend all about the sex that they had with him and all the sex that they want to have with the new boyfriend behind his back. No pun intended. Aside from the fact that I told him that these are not really friends and should not be considered friends at all, they're hookups, and hookups should just stay in that category so you don't get into sticky situations like this. I was struck more by the adage, which is true, that you sow what you reap, and you reap what you sow, and you reap more than you sow. So if you have a history of hookups, all these things, you know, can come back to bite you in the end when you're involved in a situation with someone that is really more serious. I know that some folks who hook up can be wonderful people, multifaceted people, but if it's a hookup, you started off as sex, that's really all it's probably going to say. On top of that, you, yes you, and I have more to offer than sex. You're more than a penis and a sphincter. You're more than a vagina and a clitoris. We're all more than nipples. From what I hear, sex can be fun at times, and from what I hear, most hookups are mediocre. Not a lot of people have consistent hot sex. So we're more than sex. We have more to offer than sex. So if you have an interest in science, art, you have a big heart for family and friends, animal rights, food safety, travel, reading, writing, all these things that make people more than just sex. Focus on that for yourself and finding that in others first if you want to call someone a friend. Otherwise, all those skeletons from your past come back and they're really jealous that you're in a new happy situation, and that happy situation is not with them. Let's be good to ourselves and just know really who your friends are. Once again, this is Jamin with Keene Point of View, the intersection of gay issues, politics, and Christianity. Go ahead and check out the blog this week, KeenePointOfView.com. I blogged about the History Channel showing Obama as Satan. They claim that it was a mistake. I say it was completely intentional, and I don't know how it got passed. I also talk about the GOP's earnest efforts to rebrand themselves as a party that you'll like, and how that effort is going to fail. And I hope you have a happy Friday and have a great, fantastic Palm Sunday weekend. And happy end of Pisces season. And happy spring. Go ahead and have a great weekend. Take care.